Welcome.
Thank you.
I'm excited for today.
Why?
Because we are here.
With me. Thank you. I'm glad to be here. I haven't been feeling good, but I'm going to get
Feels
through
good,
it with
doesn't
a
look good.
hot toddy
With
and some
hot
cough
toddy.
drops and
Yeah.
runny nose paper.
You are witnessing and listening to the Grand Prairie Police Department podcast. I am your awesome visiting host, co-host, Whitney. And then here, this is a person that needs no introduction, okay? He is a legend. And he is serving, even though there's something going on within his immune system currently.
Yes, it's under attack by something. I don't know.
So KD is present and he's pushing forward.
Yes, ma'am. Not feeling good, but I'm here. So we're going to get started because Princess Frazier
Lord.
is
Princess
on
Frazier.
with us
Not
today.
have said that.
Princess, Mrs.
Yes.
Officer.
Yes.
Keep going.
It's just
Throw some more titles out there. It's cool.
I like it. Mama.
mama,
Wife.
wife, oh, wifey.
Yeah,
That's
wifey.
Oh, yeah,
special.
it's wifey for sure.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. So, Miss Frazier, first of all, how many years on? We were just talking about it. So,
Yes.
how many years on?
This is year 24.
All with GP.
All with GP.
All.
So, you've seen the city go from cornfields to, hey, we have a corridor in businesses.
It
Yeah.
was not quite this big. That is correct.
Yeah. That's awesome.
It was a prairie.
It was literally a prayer.
It was a prairie.
So, did you work at the old police building?
I did.
I think
Conover?
it was Conover.
I did.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to try to go in
I got
order.
one better for you. When I got hired on, it's apartments now, but the training center was on Beltline and Skyline, I think.
By those little
They
apartments.
use the leasing office of the apartments as the training center.
Yeah.
I can't remember what those apartments are now,
I don't even know
though.
what that looks
I can't remember
like.
the name of them.
Are those the old Navy barracks or whatever?
A little further north, but yeah, that's
Okay.
Whoa.
That's
It's
awesome.
been a hot minute. Yeah.
No, but that's good. Like, you are a veteran,
Bet. Yes.
so you work days.
I do.
All right, so again,
We gotta
I
go
don't.
in
Yeah,
order.
we got.
Let's-
Let's see.
We
Why
wanna
don't
make
you
sure.
handle this?
Okay.
Yeah, because we'll
wanna
go
remain
down
in
the rabbit hole
compliance.
with
Yeah.
me.
We got to remain in compliance. Okay.
All right, so tell us, how did you get started? What brought you to law enforcement?
Really? You're going to be that generic?
Yes.
The origin. The origin story matters.
Yes.
Okay. So originally in college, I wanted to be an astronaut, to be honest with you. Yeah, from high school into college, I wanted to be an astronaut.
Okay.
And I ended up here. So, no, I discovered that physics and math are not my forte at all. I got to about physics 3. I'm like, I'm done. I can't do
it
this
took
anymore.
you to get to
Wow,
physics
but physics 3.
Yeah.
I could not pass at all, like even remotely. So I was like, all right, let's look into something else. So I got a criminal justice degree, not knowing what in the world I wanted to do. I thought I'd be cool and do the 3-letter ones, DEA, ATF, any of that stuff. But I graduated, still didn't know what I was going to do. And somebody was like, just go right out with a police officer. I'm like, probably not really my thing. I mean, I never looked into being a police officer.
Right.
But I did. I rode out with Grand Prairie with, at the time, was Officer Guerra. And
Is that Sarge now?
yes,
Oh, that's awesome.
rode out with him
Yeah.
and applied the very next day.
What?
Okay, so what happened in the write out for you to go, this is it?
Yeah.
This-
I mean, it's not like we did some amazing things or whatever, but it was a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And I just never really looked into law enforcement, but I was like, this is not bad. This is cool. This is, I mean, and I was like, I could totally see myself doing this.
Had you been exposed or, I don't know,
No
friends,
family in law enforcement ever.
Really? That's interesting to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah. And I started the process, and here I am.
So
Not an astronaut.
Not an astronaut. Look at that.
you really want to walk on the moon? Just go outside
You
with no
still
shoes
could.
on.
You can still do that now. People are paying to have certain experiences.
You know what
so
our
can
salary
try.
is, right? I mean, it's cool, but
Yeah, that's going to be an
You could
expensive
save
plane
up.
ticket,
you
my
could
dear.
save up.
I'm good. I'll watch it from TV.
So, like, okay, when you started, did you have the backing of like the family? Like,
Yes. So my husband and he actually proposed to me while I was in the academy. So we were dating.
That's very
Isn't that
sweet.
cute?
That is
Get the
very
violin
sweet.
going.
Oh, no, isn't that
So
cute?
we're establishing right now, hands off.
So we were dating like when I did the whole ride out thing. And so he knew that, okay, we might be going down that rabbit hole. But he's been with me from the jump. So he and his family, my brother, my sister, everybody, they were kind of, why? Like, really? Are you sure?
Yeah.
But no, they're 100%. They've been there since day one, so they're supportive.
Wow, I love that. No type of, okay, now let's go ahead and talk about this. Maybe, based on safety.
yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. My husband's like, you can retire, right? And I was like, I can. And he was like, okay. So he's ready just because he is nervous, and my kid's that age that he's like, starting to get a little nervous because he doesn't really watch the news, but people talk now and that kind of thing. So, but no, it's been good. I'll knock it out to 25 and then go from there.
Do you have a set number in your head, or is it like more like year to
She
year?
just said, baby, 25.
It's just 25. That's going to be it. For
Well,
sure.
if I do have a date in my head, yes.
Okay.
But you never know. I mean, if there's one other unit I want to be a part of, and so if I can get in that unit, I'll probably stay a little bit longer,
See,
just
that's why
to
I asked that
full
question.
circle.
Yeah.
All right, well,
But somebody has to get out of the unit in order to get me in.
Oh,
we'll work on it.
we'll work on that.
Yeah, we'll work on that.
He's going to derail that conversation right now.
Yes. Shout out to that person,
Yes.
whomever they may be.
Okay. So the hubby proposed. Y'all get married. How much later after that? How far along?
We were engaged about a year and a half.
All right. And so,
It was a long engagement.
but how did he feel like you coming into like a male-dominated field? Like, was that weird?
He
or-
never voiced any concerns. So he's a personal trainer, or he owns a gym. So has a lot of clients that are female. So it's like we kind of do opposite. Like I'm in a male-dominated, he's in a female, and we just have that same mutual respect for one another. Like, okay, just follow the rules and we'll be good,
Right.
kind of
There you
thing.
go.
Right.
So I don't think it was ever really an issue. He's never voiced it, but I don't think it's really been an issue.
And she's been humble when she goes, okay, my husband's a personal trainer. No, your husband is ripped,
Yes.
strong. He can take the door off the hinges
Yes.
right now and
A
just come on in.
professional.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm just the cheerleader because clearly I'm not, all that. But he's the physique dude. I'm the cheerleader.
Yeah.
But yes, he's
So-
a professional athlete. Let's leave it at that.
Yeah. So now we get to go down this rabbit
Yeah,
hole.
we do.
'cause
Oh,
we
I
do.
wanted to.
yeah.
So does he do all of that, like that, I guess, meal prepping, the eating right and
Yeah.
counting carbs and, baby, we can't have this?
He eats clean all year, but not diet competition clean. So like if I cook enchiladas and all this, he'll eat that, and then he'll still eat clean for breakfast and lunch and that kind of thing. So he eats clean year round, but when it's competition time, it's
It's a...
very strategic.
Yeah.
It doesn't even look fun.
So, like, you're eating just how you eat.
Yeah,
So when he's prepping, you just,
I do my thing. He does his.
So it's like cooking twice in the house.
You should see our grocery bill.
whoa.
Okay, wait, because now your son is, how tall is he now? How big is he?
6'5",
What?
The son in the house, senior?
17.
Okay,
He's senior.
yeah.
Wow.
And about to go off to college and play
Basketball.
Basketball.
Prayerfully, yes. Hopefully. Oh, here we go. See? Now you get to start talking.
See, but he
No,
has the
just
key. That's going to help him out. So you have your son. Then who else do we have?
The
husband.
husband eating
And so they're eating.
strict.
Does your son eat like this too? Or is,
No, I mean, obviously that didn't start until probably 15 where he was eating
right.
a lot. But yes, so it's,
Are there like 3 separate meals happening? Or is it more like dad and son are kind of more similar, so it's a little bit easier?
my son's actually so my son just started like counting his macros and all that kind of stuff. I don't understand that
What
stuff.
is that?
I don't get
That's-
into it. Like,
but that's because he wants to eat clean. I mean, he's ripped and all that stuff too. But yeah, so I'm just like, okay, well, I'm cooking, excuse me, this over here. And if y'all want to join me, you can.
No, like, do you ever like go into the pantry and eat certain things just so it's like no one's watching you eat certain things?
No, I'm like, I'm
like,
me. Like, take it or leave it. No, I mean, our pantry's like anybody else. You got the graham
Right.
crackers, you got the
Yeah.
animal crackers, you
Yeah.
got snacks of all kinds. But yeah, but then he'll be like, I'm gonna make a protein shake. Well, you do that. That's
Yeah,
not really
right.
me.
absolutely.
Yeah, good job.
12 scrambled eggs, by all means.
Oh, we go
have it.
through those big 60 count boxes. I just buy
Yes.
3 boxes at a time. It's
What?
yeah, and eggs are expensive now, by the way.
Well, that's why you gotta get chickens.
I
Yeah,
know we
you
have some
should. You
officers
should
that
have
have chickens and
chickens by
cows,
now.
so I don't think we can in the city. Maybe.
Really?
No, check the rules. I think it's like per acre. Y'all have land?
I mean, not like that. I mean, we have an acre, but I don't
Yeah.
think it's going to be.
Then you can have chicken.
So you get a little chicken coop and, maybe
Really,
start
you
out
want
with
to
like
hear that
3
in your
or 4
backyard? Because I really don't.
Don't get a rooster. Chickens.
And just go
Oh,
Still
but you have
dirty.
To, yeah, you have to.
Eggs.
Well, no, you have
Oh,
to have
that's
it.
a good
Yeah,
point.
You have to have a rooster.
I'll just find some. I know we've got to have some officers that do that, but
Yeah.
it would be smart.
Yeah.
And we did think about having a cow butchered and just like, because they go through steak and chicken and all that
That,
stuff
now
like
that
that.
is smart.
But it's
but you buy the whole thing.
got to get the whole thing, and I don't know how to use all the meat. Like,
Just keep it frozen, put it in the deep freezer.
but there's certain
YouTube,
parts of the cow
TikTok.
That's true.
YouTube and TikTok
is
will-
the new place to go
yeah,
to
you
for
learn-
everything.
girl,
that you
we'll-
need.
for recipes too.
Yes.
We'll be cooking the head of that cow before we get off TikTok.
See, that's why we can't be friends.
I'm sure
Little
your
eyeball
son can
soup.
pull it
I
up.
know, right? The tongue. I'm
Yeah,
not eating the
tongue.
tongue or the
The
hooves
tongue.
or.
Good macros. You say they count macro, we gonna eat that
Yeah.
tongue.
Okay, I'm gonna let my husband know.
Yeah. Yeah. He gonna be like, baby, Katie, what was he
Right?
talking about?
Yeah.
That's good. So we got little man comes along. Now he grew up while you were here
Yes.
working. How was that? Because I see a picture at
At the
CBE.
training.
Mhm.
Yes. Yes. I was shocked to see that. Excuse me.
See, everybody's sipping.
I know.
but
It's. Where's yours?
I did my sipping prior to.
Well, he's giving me
You know.
cooties. That's why. No, he did. I mean, I tell him he's just part of the Blue family or whatever. So he's very comfortable. He'll come to different events that we have here and stuff. So I worked for Lieutenant Simmons, or Chief Simmons, when he was lieutenant at the time, when I was pregnant. So when we were doing that Kalia thing, I don't know if you were here for the whole Kalia thing.
But yeah, I remember.
So he's considered a Kalia baby because
Yeah.
I was pregnant during that time. So
Wow.
Yeah.
What was that experience like? Because I've heard from different mothers who are officers, and just beforehand, not being pregnant, and then the experience while you're pregnant, your work life, how does that change? Then you leave, the maternity, then come back, the transition. Like, what was that?
I mean,
all
I don't know
like?
what to compare it to, like for a normal job or whatever. I mean, it wasn't bad here because as soon as I found out, I told them early on because I was like, I didn't want to take any chances, anything like that.
Yeah.
So they put me on light duty early on, per my request, and then I took the full 3 months off, no questions asked, no nothing, and then came back, and I was in the schools at the time, so I was an SRO at the time.
You was? I didn't know that.
Oh Lord, you don't know much. You need to do your homework,
That's
man.
why we're here at the podcast. So
Yeah,
we can
that's what
learn.
this is for.
Yeah. We
Oh,
wanna
okay.
hear
Is that
all
what it
your
is?
journey.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I was SRO at the time. So it made it easy in that aspect when I went back because you have the school schedule. So, go in at 7 or whatever, get done around 4:35 if you don't have a sporting event, and then have the weekends off. So for daycare purposes or taking them to the in-laws or whatever, that made it really easy. As opposed to working nights or something, it would have made life a little difficult. So it wasn't a difficult transition.
Yeah.
No, for those that have 3 and 4 kids, oh no, that might be a little different.
Yeah. Yeah. I have 4, but see, I'm not an officer, so I imagine that would be tough.
We can work on that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's
That's
still time.
encouraging, though, because there's some women that's interested in law enforcement, but then they're like, can I really do that and
With
be a
kids,
mom?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
And be a wife, like,
takes a
what
whole
is-
village, though. I mean, because like my in-laws, when I did, like I said, I was in the schools, so we had sporting events all the time. So they were fantastic about, I'll take them or whatever. And then my husband, since we do own a gym, he was a little flexible if needed. So, I mean, if we had their traditional, jobs and we didn't have family around, it would have been very difficult, especially working shift work and stuff. But for us, it worked out.
Support system is key, is what I'm hearing.
Takes an entire village, yes. Even at age 17.
Even at age 17. Love it.
So, SRO, and what else? What else have you done here, my dear? Because I don't know.
Wow, somebody didn't do their homework.
Entire timeline, 24 years. Just take us through.
Right? So everything I guess I've either done or been a part of. Obviously, patrol, SRO, a hostage negotiator.
Oh, wait. Oh, well, we can keep going. We got to go back to that.
Detective.
Wait.
Yes, we got
Jesus.
Yeah.
Hostage negotiator. Go ahead.
Detective.
Did the undercover stuff for narcotics.
What?
Did the prostitution stuff.
What?
Still do the prostitution stuff. That's actually a lot of fun.
Oh, I got to hear these stories.
Oh, I was over the Explorer program for a really long time, like the head person over it or whatever. That was, I don't even know if, I guess we still have an Explorer program. I think it's with
For
the
the high school
schools now.
students?
Right.
Okay.
So before we ran it, like it wasn't a part of the schools. It was just our program.
Like the PD.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
And so I did all the coordinating all the instructing and the competitions, and we just had an amazing squad. I did that for a long time. That was a lot of fun. And then 4 out of it ended up being officers. So that was pretty cool.
Really? That's cool.
Huh.
So I don't know what else I've done, but I think that's the meat and potatoes of it. I
That
don't know.
is definitely meat and potatoes.
I was going to say, you done everything here.
Yeah.
So SRO, how was that? Like what school? Was it high
I was
school
at
or
Truman.
elementary? Oh,
Truman Middle School
that's
down
middle
south.
school. Yeah.
And matter of fact, so this is how you know you're old when you go to calls and they're like, man, you look really familiar. Were you ever an SRO? And then they're married with kids now. And I was like, they're like, you were my SRO. I'm like, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
But one of our officers here, he was a student at Truman when I was his SRO.
Really?
Who?
Elijah, right?
Yeah.
I was his SRO.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
At one
awesome.
point, they took, I don't know if he was still in FTO phase or if he was out, but they took a picture of us together and put it on GPISD thing. And I was
Aw.
like,
That's funny.
yeah, I'm officially old. It's cool. Yeah.
Hey, baby,
Expert.
look at here. In 24 years,
Hey.
I
Yes.
can't wait to get there. You take all the pictures you want. Okay.
Hostage negotiation?
Yeah, did you talk somebody off of the bridge, so to speak?
Yeah, give us the awesome real
No,
stories.
there's not any really cool stories on that one. I mean, I did it for a little while. I don't remember too many awesome, because everything always happens at like 2 a.m. when you're half asleep, and it's like, and I'll be honest, the reason I got out was I was in it for a couple years, and then my son was itty bitty, and we got a call at 2 a.m. or whatever. My husband never goes out of town, but he was out of town probably for a competition or something. And when your pager goes off, it's
Gotta
time to
go.
go.
Yeah.
And so I had to knock on the neighbor's door. I'm like, I have this 4-month-old, 5-month-old. I can't leave him here by myself. So I had to leave him with a neighbor, go handle that call. And it lasted like 5-6 hours, much longer than I had anticipated.
Right.
And I
Yeah.
came back and I was like, I can't do this anymore, guys. So that's when I called it a
Yeah.
wrap. But I mean, I don't remember. We didn't have any like super cool calls during my 2-3 years that happened. So sorry, I'm kind of boring on that aspect. But
It's okay.
No, it's the fact that you did it.
Yeah.
Because, well, for those listening that are police, if you thinking about transitioning over, what have you, you can apply to all these different units because you just have to do, what, is it 2 years?
it's usually a minimum of 2 years. I mean, there's
Yeah.
some circumstances but yeah, normally everything's a minimum of 2 years.
Yeah, and so it's like, okay, you can go to them respectfully, decline. It's like, hey, I got other stuff going on, and they okay with that. They understand that. And so then you go and apply to other stuff, and you can still move around.
Yeah.
There's not a black cloud hanging over your head, so to speak, because it ain't that way in all cities. Just trust me. All right, and I'm gonna leave that right there. Okay, so you talked about being a detective.
Yeah.
I was.
Okay, what?
So I was over property crimes.
Yeah.
I did that for about 6 or 7 years, I guess.
And you said over.
Well, not over. I mean, I was just
Okay, I was
in
like,
that
come on,
department.
come on, leadership.
No. So, but that was fun. I mean, that was. I think everybody, if they can, should get an opportunity to just jump in there and try it because, I mean, you see how everybody else kind of writes the reports, does their arrest, this and that, and some are great and some are.
Terrible.
I'm gonna go with that.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I mean, just even if you're not like officially in the unit, just go shadow or something
Yeah, go sit
because
down with
it
her.
is a really good experience. And then you come back to patrol and it's like, okay, now I see why they do this, or this is why it's important to do this, or whatever. But no, that was a good experience. I actually had a lot of fun up there.
Were you interested initially in being a detective, or was it just along the journey?
No, I actually originally wanted to do child crimes. So, but when the opening came up for property, I was like, okay, I'll take it and I'll maneuver my way around. And then when I was up there and I saw what child crimes did, I was like, that's probably not for me. And I had a kid at the time.
Yeah.
And so
That one's different.
that takes a special person.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's different.
So I just stayed where I was. Yeah. So I mean, things change as you move along. Yeah.
Yeah.
You learn and you grow.
And what was do you remember like the caseload? Because I hear some of these guys talking like, man, I got, 30 cases.
30,
and-
yeah.
That's pretty accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least for property. I mean, you can only do one at a time, and then plus you have your arrest. So if your warrants are picked up, they'll call and tell you, hey, your guy got picked up, and if you can, you go talk to him in the jail, and then so that trumps all the other ones that came along. So it's just moving parts all the time.
So you did some interrogations.
I did.
That's what okay, now I want to be a detective.
Yeah.
Just so I can do that part.
In the room.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, because the thing is, it's like you wouldn't think I talk a lot, but sometimes, when you just don't like silence, people don't like silence. Are you
No,
referring to me? Because
no, ma'am, just drinking. Here we go.
He wants to make sure he's giving you the time and the space to share openly. Mm-hmm. That's what that gesture meant.
he and I got to fight later. But so the thing with interrogations is silence. I don't like silence. Like just sitting there and staring at them until they start talking because nobody likes silence. And so then they'll start talking. That is so difficult. But the first time you do it and they confess, you're like, yes, that actually works.
What did you have to do? Like, I don't know, preparation, or what did you have to think of certain things in your mind to really remain
to
silent?
not.
Yeah.
It was hard. I just kept telling myself, stay quiet. Just stare at the wall, whatever. And they do. They start talking. That is so difficult,
But
though.
is that like after you give them I don't know, like.
I mean,
some
you'll
kind of-
ask questions and let them go around in circles and this and that.
Yeah.
And then,
Did you ever like stand up and slam on the table and get in their face?
The
and,
TV moment.
Yeah,
okay,
the
I was
TV
going to say,
moment.
you watch a little too much TV.
See?
You know what? Go try that and see if it works.
Oh,
Yeah.
I bet it works.
Okay, let me know.
It may not be legal, but
It may not be.
Yeah, it's gonna
It may
work.
not be.
You can get the light and bring it right down in
Yeah.
front of them, make them
Yeah.
sweat. It's really not like that.
Oh, okay.
What about any, like, I don't know, like emotional moments where someone is like, can I talk to my mom? Or, like my big mama, I need to.
Yeah, did they cry for mama all the time?
Well, they do that in the back of our squad car, too.
Oh, yeah.
Just on patrol. So, yeah, that happens to all of them.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's I want my lawyer, then I want my mama.
Yeah.
Some of them I want my pastor. Well, yeah.
I'll pray for you.
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying.
Just tell me what you did.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'll pray with you.
Yeah.
Confess your sins, and
There
then
you
we'll
go.
pray over
Yes,
it.
let's do it now.
I didn't try that one. I should have tried that one.
Really?
Yeah, I should have tried that one.
See, I would have too much fun with that. Like, that's the only part I want to do, though. Like, Katie,
Nothing else. None
I'm
of
a
the work.
detective.
Oh, you just
I
want the
don't
interrogation part?
Yeah, I want 0 cases.
Well,
But when they come to jail or when we
That's
get them,
when you-
I want to talk to them.
good luck with that one, too.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be the new assignment. He's strictly just
that.
interrogation.
That's his assignment.
Like, do they have, like, what is a weird request? Like, have some guy said, man, I tell you what, a bag of Cheetos and a Coke, and I tell you
yeah.
everything you need
See,
to know.
so for majors, they probably get stuff like that. I mean, ours, we didn't really have that many. I mean, because we had burglaries and
Yeah.
actually the one that I was referring to that I was just like, yes, I finally got it. It was an animal cruelty one, which we don't get a whole lot of. But I was like, I was determined to.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't like try to kill animals and then leave them to die and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't really have the opportunity, like, you know, I want some chips and I'll talk kind of thing. But I
Right.
bet majors or narcotics or whatever, those interrogations probably get the good stuff. Give me a cigarette and I'll talk kind of
Right.
thing.
I just need one good drag.
Yeah. Well, the little narcotics thing that Bikes had, we were taking the guy to jail, but he had like a bag of Xanax. But he was like, hey, man, I want to talk to somebody. I don't want these charges. I want to talk to somebody. And so I sent the email, made a few phone calls, and it worked its way up like 3 or 4 levels. It was crazy. And we got a big, you know, hoorah to the Bikes. But yeah, some of these guys, they want to talk. Like,
Wow.
And you just.
Well, because they know they got a lot riding on it. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so this UC stuff.
Oh, yeah. Now, I'm not, well, what you're able to share.
Well,
I would think
true.
you should be able to.
Because you don't do it anymore. Oh,
Right.
wait.
Always. Well, so now it's not. What's that movie, Pretty Woman or whatever?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so it's not like that. I didn't wash my hair for 3 or 4 days. I would be dirty. I'd have dirt underneath my nails.
fingernails.
Yeah. The clothes would have mud and stuff
Realistic.
on it. Prostitutes. Why? You are looking at me and judging me.
I am, but go ahead. It's okay. It's okay.
She had to be in character. Like, this is.
Yeah, I mean, it was, and there was normally 3 or 4 of us at a time, and we would have, the guys would be at the hotel, and so our guys would be at the hotel. And so, yeah, cars would pull up, we'd make a deal, and then tell them to meet us back at the hotel. And they would walk in, and it'd be a done deal.
Okay,
That's a fact.
this is a family show,
I'm
so,
so
we're gonna cut
You
want to
know what law enforcement's
Yes,
about.
we want to know. We want to know the experience.
Sure, go ahead, man.
Yeah.
Elaborate.
I looked at the camera and apologized first. And even during that same, because now it's all online, so
Yeah.
I'll explain that in a minute. But it was even so much so that I would bring one back. As I'm walking back, sometimes another guy would stop me as I'm walking back to the motel room. And, you know, what's the deal, blah, blah. I'd make an offer with him. And I'd say, give me 10, 15 minutes. He would clearly see a car. We would pull into the motel. He's parked right there waiting. He would sit and wait knowing I had another guy in there.
Whoa. Take a number.
Take a number. That's exactly.
What?
And I'm like, he never saw the guy walk back out because we would just hold them, right?
Yeah.
And detain them. And
And file them in the bathroom.
that's exactly
Go in
where
the
they are.
bathroom and
They
be
were. They
quiet.
were in the
Do you-
shower. They were there.
What?
Turn the water on.
Yeah.
We need some noise and be quiet.
And the next one would come knocking on the door. And I'm like, really? You couldn't wait? But okay, come on in. And it was a done deal.
I want to help with stuff like this. I come
They
around the
don't
corner.
do it anymore.
I'm
like,
Brian Hanson. Won't you have a seat? No. I know why. I know who you are. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, you got to have fun with it. You really do, because otherwise it just gets in
Absolutely.
your head.
Yeah.
And
And speaking of that, get to your head, like, what do you do for yourself? Taking care of yourself, of course, mental
okay,
health.
mental health, lady.
Yeah, I'm saying, like, what is
yes.
that like?
That's our
a
plug.
lot.
Let's go. What do you do
Hey.
to relax?
Yes.
I mean, you can't disassociate yourself from law enforcement, but not that I don't love you guys, but I don't hang out with officers off duty. Like, when I do disengage as much as I can, and my time is my time. Like, it's my family, my friends, the friends I hang out with, off work, off duty, whatever, are not law enforcement. They're
And that's true, because I've invited her and her husband to my house, and
really, because I don't know where you are.
They said no. Law enforcement, no thanks.
Yeah, it takes a special person to hang out with him. But no, in all honesty, like, I do have some really, really good friends here. And occasionally I might hang out with them, but my norm is just kind of hang out with normal people.
Yeah.
And I mean, I do. So I don't just eat, live, and breathe law enforcement. You know,
yeah, you have to get away.
Yeah. That's good.
because otherwise we'd be talking about war stories and everything else all the time, and
All
it
the
just
time.
doesn't go away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
that's my mental health.
Yeah.
well, and you also get to go to your husband's gym or y'all's gym.
Yes.
Where is
Do you
it? Like,
think I'll
give him
work out?
Give him a plug. Let's go.
Oh, Core Condition Fitness.
Who?
Core Condition,
Core Condition
Fitness
Fitness.
in Arlington, Pioneer Parkway.
this.
And even though he's a bodybuilder, he trains normal, everyday people.
Oh yeah, that's good to say because see, a
Most
normal
people
person
think,
like me, I would
right,
say no, he's
so
a bodybuilder.
intimidated, right? And he doesn't.
He only works with professionals.
Right, that is not the case at all. No, he does. You go in there and you're just going to see a wide range of everybody, young, old, in shape, out of shape, everybody. So, yeah.
Is it more of the warehouse style?
No, it's a studio. So it's private training only, personal training only. So it's not like a 24-hour fitness where you pay $15, you can go on your own.
Yeah.
No, it's personal training only. So he'll do the weight training, he'll do your nutrition if you want it, your diet,
eggs.
even food prep if you want it. Yeah. So
that's awesome.
he's got a whole, and he does the online training too for those who don't live around here or can't make it out.
Come on, shout out to the husband.
I know.
Yeah,
got it going on.
Come on, yeah.
Get it, Mr. Frazier. Get it. I mean, I know my biceps ain't that big, but I'm gonna come over there. I'm gonna mess with it.
Okay, speaking of, I've invited you over there multiple times, and you haven't shown up yet.
What? Call him out.
Yet.
Multiple invites.
Me and Whitney, we're gonna show up and work out.
Oh, you need your own little.
Yes.
We need
Okay,
time.
Yeah.
A good time frame.
Well, he opens at 5:30 in the morning and he stays until 9 p.m. So don't say you can't.
Wait. Let's talk about this. I think that's more than 40 hours a week, my dear.
Now he will take a break normally around 1, and he goes home, rests, cooks his food up for the rest of the day. Then at 5, he'll go and train himself from 5 to like 6:30, and then he goes back to the gym and trains clients. So he gets a break from 1 to about 6:30.
So for him to look the way he do, you mean an hour and a half is that's enough?
An hour.
Wow. Now what about like competition time? And then
It's
how
normally
often
about
is he
the same,
competing?
but he trains hardcore year round. So an hour a day, 6 days a week.
Looks like he's maintaining.
Maintains all the time.
Yeah,
He still
swole.
pushes.
See
And he
those
doesn't train at
pictures?
our gym. Like he trains at Metroflex, which I don't know if you're familiar with that. But talk about a warehouse that's dirty.
Yes, that's why I was asking. Like the old school bodybuilder, strong guys. They prefer something that look like an old garage.
Nasty. Like when my kid was little,
Dustin.
Yeah, and he was like, "I'm gonna take him up there." You know, no, please don't.
Don't hurt my child.
It's nasty.
You gonna move some weight, baby. It's what they say, move that iron.
No air conditioning. Just open the garage doors and go.
Move that iron. I like that.
That's why your son is all
He does not train there. He trains at my husband's gym.
Okay.
Call him bougie. I don't care. That's fine.
Whatever. He is an athlete.
Yeah, he is an
He
athlete.
is jacked.
Whoa.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so we beat up the part.
Yeah, we did.
The Explorers.
Yes.
We touched it, but not like we didn't go in depth.
Yeah, because like now, my unit, we kind of work with the Explorers. We help them, or they help us.
So you're the reason why we never hear about him?
Oh.
Okay.
What's going
Don't
on,
blame,
KD?
yeah,
What's
don't blame
happening?
KD. Baby,
What's happening?
I am nobody. So how is it or how was it? Because the only interactions I see them now is they help us with some of our UC stuff, like when we're doing tobacco stings and stuff like that. How was it when you were there?
So we did not use them. I mean, they might have occasionally, but our main focus was we met with them. I want to say it was like every Tuesday and Thursday. So it was twice a week, year long. I mean, there was no break. And I mean, all we did was just train. And we had, it was myself and probably 4 other advisors, and so officers. And we were just hardcore working on whether it was burglar building, searching the building or traffic stops or whatever. And we were good. There was one time we competed in Kansas, and we had so many trophies because we had the 2 squad cars plus the 2 teams plus some officers. So, I mean, it was full. We couldn't fit the trophies in the car. We got so many. It was like we were rocking and rolling.
Now,
awesome.
what is the Explorers program for those that don't know?
So it's been a minute since I've done it. It's for kids, I think 14 to, is it 17 or 19? Do you
19.
know? 19? Okay, so ages 14 to 19, you must be enrolled in school. And yeah, for those that have an interest in law enforcement, I mean, you don't have to become a police officer, but if you have any type of interest in law enforcement at all, it's a great experience because you're going to learn everything from what we do to all the different departments or whatever they do help at the lake. So you're going to see a variety of stuff. We would always have crime scene come and do the mock stuff. So because in the competitions, they would have to do crime scene stuff. Yeah. So, I mean, it's a phenomenal program. I just don't know what happened. I mean, I guess it's mainly run by the schools now, the high schools?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I guess is okay, but I really liked it when we had our hands on it because we could, like, steer them in actual stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to one competition over at UTA. And so
they usually have a big one.
Yeah, and I mean, they block off hallways in the dorms, and they was running scenarios. And one time I was an actor. Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it is.
It's, and I mean, because we did some local and then somewhere out of state, so we would have them in the hotel room or whatever, and it's always fun to be in charge of like 8, I'm kidding, 16-year-olds running around.
I was about to say, yeah.
But we would play fun pranks, handcuff the kids to chairs and put the saran wrap over the toilet seat. Just I mean, you got to have fun with them a little bit because we had keys to their rooms. But we had a great relationship. I mean, because you have that bonding with them. And I think that's why we were so successful. It's like we were just a true team going all the way through. Yeah,
and it was good to see like that program, and then some of the officers come from that program.
Right. We only had one from my group. So I did it for like probably 4 or 5 years. Took a little break, and then came back for another 4 years or 5 years to do it again. And, we had one that came to Grand Prairie. We have one that's DeSoto maybe, one that's Cleburne, one that's somewhere else out there, and then one that's in Kansas.
Yeah, so you have a chance to snag them. I mean, it's like homegrown, and some of them now, like Kat, she's like, oh, yeah. She's all the way, GP all the way. And it's, it's just kind of neat to see them when they was 16, 17, 18.
And moving through.
Going to college and, hey, I got a few more years, I'll be there.
Because then there's the internship that we have that they normally, after they finish the Explorer program, they'll do the internship, get themselves through college, get the books paid for and all that, and then come on over.
I like that.
Yeah.
See? Plug the Explorers program. Go ahead.
No, it's so worth it.
It is. I mean, and I didn't know about it in high school. I mean, maybe instead of an astronaut, I would have.
Instead of astronaut. You could have saved yourself the time in
Right?
physics 1 and 2.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I could have taken, I don't know, anything else.
I had a hard time with geometry, physics.
I'm telling you, my husband helped me graduate college for math.
Wow.
Yeah, 100%. And he'll even tell you that. But anyway, go ahead. Continue.
Yeah.
But yes, if I would have known I know our high school had one. Looking back on it now,
Yeah.
my high school had one. I just didn't know anything about it. So I hope they're really still pushing that program. I hope it's successful. I'll see them running around occasionally at different events, but I just don't hear about the competitions.
And you said high school. I mean, I'm like jumping back, but you're from DFW?
That was a long time ago. I am.
Okay. What city?
Where are you from?
Yeah.
Irving.
Okay.
Cottonwood.
I didn't say North Irving.
Oh, okay.
It was different Irving, though. Like, Irving has...
No, I was not MacArthur. They are bougie.
Okay.
Look, Cottonwood.
Okay.
I knew you were talking about.
Byron Nelson.
I was not North Irving.
Oh, okay.
The golf course homes.
Yes. No, it's not Dr. Phil. Oprah Winfrey's boyfriend. What's his name?
Oh,
Stedman.
Stedman.
His daughter went to MacArthur when I was in high school.
Yeah. Well, they said Dr. Phil's mother, somebody from his family had a house over there.
Yeah, because he's from
Yeah.
this area.
Really?
Yeah.
I went to high school with Stedman's niece. Random. Okay.
Really?
Yeah,
So the whole family was around here.
Hey, yeah. She didn't want people speaking illy of her uncle.
Oh, whatever.
So we
Or
just
Oprah?
or Oprah. So we just kind of just didn't bring it up.
I'm glad she didn't
So are
go
you
to
from
school with
Irving
me.
too?
Definitely not.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm from a little place called Oak Cliff.
Oh,
Okay.
Jesus.
The oak and the
So
cliff.
you didn't have the Cottonwood golf.
I did not have that experience growing up.
Well, I didn't either because I was not North Irving. So,
I say it as the Oak Cliff area.
okay.
Not the Oak Cliff, but the Oak Cliff area.
Look at her. She's being all prim and proper about it.
Yeah.
Change the vernacular
Yes.
in the present.
Yeah, that makes it better. Yeah. I got news for you. Okay, so now these just crazy questions. 24 years on. What was your first car assigned here?
Crown Vic.
Holy smokes.
What?
And it had purple in it too. It was like blue and green and yellow and purple.
That was the color of the car?
They kind of mixed in.
What? And those cars so big.
It was
just
ugly.
Crown Vics
It was
are
ugly.
big.
But hey, I had a job. I had a badge.
That's
I was
right.
good. I was having
That's
fun.
Right.
Yeah. Do you remember the starting pay 24 years ago?
Whoa.
No, you're going to get me lying. I do not.
Whatever it was, were you excited though to make it? Or
Oh,
Yeah.
back then, yeah.
Yeah,
I
for
was-
sure. I mean, I didn't question it at all. Yeah. It
That's
was like,
awesome.
okay, cool. And, we had our little, what do they call it? The little yearly, you've been here, so your 10-year raise.
Like a stipend?
We still have it, your 10-year raise, like,
The longevity pay?
yeah, that's it, longevity
Yeah.
pay. And you would get your little $37 because for the year, that was your bonus.
Oh, for the year.
Yeah, that was your bonus for the year.
$37?
Uh-huh.
So it costs more money to print this. Y'all hold on to it.
Let it stack up so that way. It can,
So every year, and then you get a little more. Yeah, it was. Yeah, my first few it was like $37.
Yeah, now
37.
her longevity pay is, ooh.
It's an actual check.
Yeah, it's a
Whoa.
big old check. Now you be like this,
Whoa.
thank y'all.
No, it's not that much, but I'll take it. I'm not going to decline it.
Yeah. Oh, it's more than mine. I've only been here, 9 years.
You're just a baby.
Yeah.
It's so cute.
Yeah, I got 15 all in. I got 5 more, baby. I'm getting them.
Well, you have fun with that.
Yeah. Okay.
you have fun with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah,
all
we
right.
did not have Tahoes or anything like that back then,
Yeah.
like at all.
So, but did you hate the transition? Because, like, I have that new Tahoe where it's all push button.
Yeah, it takes a minute to get used to, doesn't it?
Yeah.
The first time. And don't try to open your door while you're still moving. Your face will go through the front windshield. Have you tried that yet?
What?
No.
The brakes, if you're kind of, how you kind of roll forward, you're slowing down, you open the door because you're going to jump out, right?
Right.
Yeah, you can't do that because it will put it in park.
Really?
See,
Yeah.
and that's police for you. Like, we rolling slow,
And
we
you
gonna
won't
pop
jump
that
out.
door
Yeah,
open,
especially
get
in a
ready.
pursuit or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
It
No.
did. The first time I almost ate the steering wheel because I already had my
no.
seatbelt off because I was ready to jump out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it puts it in park for you real quick.
Well,
See, let me write a note to Chevy and y'all fix this, please. Yeah, that's funny.
It's all good.
workers' comp, if it did.
Yeah. All right.
Or dear
so-
chief, one of the two.
I was gonna say it'll be a dear chief of
Oh,
mine.
yeah.
Mine, yeah. Okay, so one thing we like to do with everybody that comes in here is,
This is it.
what advice, especially a female that's wanting to come into
Definitely.
law enforcement, but what advice would you give a young person just starting out?
You couldn't prep me for this question?
No, I want it off the cuffs.
Yes.
Let's go.
Organic.
Organic.
What advice would I give them?
Yeah, anybody starting out. But
What you wish someone would have told you.
yeah.
I mean, there's not any really wish, but you just have to know what you're getting into. There's such a wide variety of everything going on, whether it's what you're doing immediately or how the community's going to perceive you, like you, not like you. I mean, because you're going to get it all. And you just have to have thick skin for that. Be ready for that. And there's no really way to be prepared for it, but fully, but you do have to mentally know in your head what you're going to see, how you're going to be treated.
Right.
Even with your coworkers, we get along, but not everybody gets along because, there's just so many different personalities, but you're still one big family. So, to try to know going in that you're not just in some little cookie cutter office thing. There's going to be people, that are going to call you names on the streets, and then there's some that are going to give you a hug and buy you lunch, from one call to the next. And you just have to be ready for that. It's not just the normal job.
Yeah.
Okay.
If that makes sense, I don't know.
No, that
To me, it
didn't.
makes sense
it
because we
does.
live it. But
I think the hardest part for me was I used to tell people I couldn't get used to people just staring at me. My first few days when I first started, you're riding your face one, and it's like, man, why is that guy just staring at me? He's like, oh, get used to it.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can't. What? Like, you get one of them faces like, what you want, man? Like, what you doing? And everybody they stare at the police.
And some are aggressive and some are just staring because they're like, oh, it's a police officer.
Yeah.
And you have to decipher that really quick because you don't want to give the wrong personality right back at them.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you just got to be on guard but not on guard. You know what I mean? I mean, because at the end of the day, it's all just about communication. Whether you're on a call or whatever, it's just like, can you communicate with people the correct way so it just doesn't go south?
Yep.
Man.
I like it. I told you.
Yeah. See, that was an awesome organic response.
Yeah.
Not
You still could have prepped me
pre-rehearsed.
for it. I'm just saying.
Whatever. No. Okay, Princess Frazier.
Princess Frazier.
Yeah.
Yes.
We appreciate your time. Hopefully it was easy peasy.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what the gift basket looks like at the end.
Oh, okay. Yeah. There is a gift basket for those that don't know.
Oh, hell, I didn't know about it, so I'm not responsible.
Uh-huh.
All right, well, until next time, we will see y'all later. We appreciate it.
Thank you.